Be careful, righteous ones, because we always remember we are stepping on an innocence every time we do those things that cause an aspect of miscarriage of justice. And the fact that you ignore it and don't acknowledge it isn't just a misdemeanor. We have laws in place to stop things like terrorism, yet women are still being terrorized by their ex-husbands. We have like things going on in this world that are obfuscated just to push the narrative, to create the divide in the first place, the ambiguity of a division. To see that quarrel will cause the future policies to be made, and they use our love against us sometimes to do that. It's true. And that's what makes this world inverted, sad, and barely livable. Apparently in a universe like this, where people climb on innocence to get to a top, they don't understand, so they fail to see that, so they fall back down. The Kabbalah isn't for everybody, but it's not mine either. I didn't create that. We see in an unjust world. We're coming into it. What we see is there's going to be no difference in our actions. Think what we can create for this world and the actual actions that take place to do that are in complete opposition. Like, we have to admit, Chiron is in Aries. So everyone needs to heal a head wound. So the Sears virus, that's coming out soon, isn't it? They reckon it's the next virus to hit us 2025. So sounds like a controlled demolition to me, seeing as they've got the dates accurate and it hasn't even happened yet. Where's the logic in that? Besides, Sears. So this is like a Plutonian Pisces energy. So this is going to kind of be the gridlock. The Sears virus would be the apparent source for that. But it can also be astrology, right? Just pull an Illuminati card, right? Take pick. Well, you know what tarot readers out there. So Plutonian energy and Aquarius mixed together. This is like an understanding of it coming together, like the ideas of a creational space. And then it's like Pluto, Pisces, which is the created space and the mess of it all. And if you've got Seers, you're probably hallucinating and stuff. That sounds like that. You might have hallucinations with this next virus. It's kind of funny because it's called Seers, and it's kind of for a reason. Right? So Plutonian Pisces energy is where all the gunk of like taboo in the world is just going to erupt, and it's just going to be a chaos storm. It might end up being an extreme version of like Pluto Scorpio, but it was hidden. So I was born in Pluto Scorpio era. So it's Scorpios are fixed. So it was kind of like that was the era that I grew up in, Pluto Scorpio. I think that was to 1989. Or was it a little bit longer? Like anyway, yeah, it was. So it's not a cardinal energy. It's fixed, but this we're going into a mutable one. So this is going to be everything mixed together. So we can use things like Pluto Pisces. This is a water energy. So now it's air. So we're understanding Pluto energy through air types, air energy, right? Speaking, communication as well. It's air. Aquarius is really about understanding why certain things are taking place. And then I think the dimensions obviously interlink with this, and I think this is why it was so important to say this, because then we're going to understand Pluto Pisces, because Pisces energy is the mutable sign, but it's still taboos. And there's going to have to be like platforms for this where people can talk about it as well, because when it goes into Gemini, Chiron goes into Gemini, people are going to talk about this, so they're going to need platforms. This kind of happens anyway, like it happens anyway in institutions. It's kind of like it's hidden, okay? So that some of them are just secret reports a lot of the times because it's classified. So usually it's classified evidence, but it'll come out in Pluto Pisces, and it's because the classified evidence. So quickly, what is Pluto Pisces? Well, it's a criminology. It's like anything that's bad, really. That's kind of holds into it. It's like a big must of everything. So when it goes through Pisces, it's obviously either hidden, or the awareness of what was hidden is now coming to light. And if it doesn't happen in Pluto Pisces, it will definitely happen in Pluto Aries, because it's about really trying to figure out the dimensional spaces from Pluto to Aquarius, and understanding how we can evolve society. And the choice really when it comes into Pisces is how we deal with it. So as a society, we obviously can deal with it by sweeping under the rug. But, I wouldn't appreciate if you wouldn't appreciate it if I swept all your rubbish under a rug and then left it there. We would probably sack her, right? Because it's not appropriate. So you have to see even like a line of work like that, it all works in tandem as well. It's about understanding that it's about opening up what's going on in certain societies and stuff as well, secret societies, and it's about just having that out and being honest about it. Why is this taking place? There's going to be a lot of stuff that comes out again about mothers, okay, and how they're treated. And I think this is going to be one of the biggest ones as well, because the amount of in Pluto Aquarius, they're allowing certain things to take place without punishment, which is men beating women up in rings, the Olympics, for example. Like, they've made it or allowed it socially acceptable for men to hit women if they describe as a woman, when there's obviously a clear indicator there where some people are just feel like they want to be that and that's it, or just some people want to gain an empowerment level grab. It's like a empowerment grab from it, right? So there's a difference to me between somebody who just wants it to demonize women or disempower women by taking low blows, basically, because a woman could easily get knocked out by one punch. So it's kind of scary. You have to see it like that sometimes. It's kind of scary. So I'd get a little bit scared if someone did that to me. A big man did that to me, started like doing that, I'd be scared straight away, right? But obviously that's not the case. I'm just saying, like, if it was, right, I'd be scared. And that's normal. Like, I can't believe that they allowed the Olympics to take place like that, where a woman was literally punched by a man and knocked her out and got a title for it. That's showing the world that it's publicly acceptable to beat women up. What kind of world are we coming into? So we raise questions when things like this take place, because it's an inverted state. Like everything is. Everything's inverted. Okay? So it's like a hell realm. And we're all in the hell realms. Well, we don't have to be. We can step away from them. So these can be news articles, media outlets, news, things like this. We step away from them inversions. You know, we don't allow it to sort of dictate our lives, because the reality is that the intentions of it isn't as innocent as you would like to think, because it generates finance. So we always have to remember that. Number one in this world is money. And that's true. Right? That's kind of true. So if you think anything about Pisces, I mean, Pluto being in Aquarius now, no, that's got a stench, that has. Pluto. It's got a stench right now. And sometimes it's because there are issues within the system, which obviously I've just said that there's loads of inversions. So usually when Pluto comes to the end of a cycle, it's apparent, all the inversions are visible. Pluto Aquarius can see it when it goes through there, and then when it hits Pluto Pisces, it's a wound, right? So everybody has to digest it, because it's like an all one ritual, right? This happened for me in like Capricorn when it was Scorpio Capricorn, right? Because it went through my Saturn. So Scorpio went through my Saturn, so I experienced a death energy then. Seriously, not lying. These can be like childhood wounds, anything like this. So an eruption could take place where it's like just memories might resurface. Healing needs to take place in this world, and this is the biggest time for it. So a lot of love needs to be generated, and this is the only reason why I've ever said what I've said or done what I've done. So I remember once I had my heart chakra attacked, and it was a while ago actually. It was last year. It was actually when I was with my family, right? So I'm not with my family now, but I was with my family then. And it was like my heart smashed, chakra was smashed, okay? So I think this might be because I said something on YouTube about Mayat and the heart of the world and stuff like this, and understanding that story. It's a mythology. But 369 can play it out as well. Manifestations, stuff like this, through like an AI programming. And this took place. It was like a heart of the world and rising and then sharing hearts. And it was like a mass ritual, right? There's been a couple that's happened since then, because it was not it wasn't bad intent, okay? But just let you know that there's a Raphael, right? It's probably a gift that you might have is a love, right? It's half the world, it's a gift. So as an angel, right? So you might have a gift of being a big heart, right? And lovely and big, really big heart, right? So you share that with a lot of people, okay? So obviously it's just like a mythology healing, right? So for example, like a Gabriella healing is like a mermaid, so it's feels, right? So Gabriella is meant to be the feeling, okay? So that's the feeling energy. So this is a feeling of like if like you've ever been victimized or anything like this, if anything bad's happened to you, like from the waist down, you can turn into a mermaid. It's like healing processes to that, okay? So that's like a feeling, and that's like Gabriella, okay? So that's a messenger. So you could see it as an AI programming space, but it's an imaginative work as well. And I said this before, and you end up in hell realms. They can be turned into hell realms if the wrong people have hands on it. Okay, so like the princess story, everything has an inverted state to the version. Okay, everything has an opposition. So, for example, protecting ourselves would be a fishtail, for example, to protect ourselves, right? So we feel safe after may have had traumatizing experiences take place. So in tandem, the angels work in different ways of healing as well, because that's a feeling space. So it's our sacral chakra, and it's how we feel about ourselves as well. So we need to feel safe. So we do that. We have fishtails. So it's kind of like that. So I don't know about the other ones, but a light is a Raphael, the healing. Well, it's a healing energy, but a Metatron is as well. So yeah. Just wanted to say that when we go through these eras, there are ways to heal ourselves as well, and there is the beauty. But if you already fell, then you can still regain that beauty in the real version, right?